We are pumped up and ready. Announced for both the Philippines and Vietnam.
A little bit of information. Vietnam with an average age of 21.5.
Wow.
With their players, Philippines with 24 years old. Ang height naman when it comes to height, 176 ang average height ng Vietnam. 172 naman ang Philippines.
The youngest player in the Philippine lineup is sophomore from the University of Santo Tomas, Ea Laure, who is going to be very busy this weekend as she's also competing for UST in the PVL semifinals against Ateneo. That series went to a deciding third game. But of course, it's a different story when you play for flag and country. So this should be a good one, as the Philippines are in blue and Vietnam, the team in red. And we are officially underway. Macandili gets the ball in the air. Morado guides the ball towards the way of Molina. Vietnam will give up a free ball. Macandili, Morado gives it back to Molina, who breaks down the wall.
And Molina this time off the block point for her. Adjusted on the second hit, on the second try. So now it's a full front line for the Philippines.
Morado serving it up to start the second rally of the match. Dang. Macandili gives up a free ball. They go to the middle this time for Nguyen. Molina, cross court, popped up by Lien. They go back to Dang.
Dang gets it a go. That's a touch. And you knew she was going for the touch when she saw the blockers on the other side already committed.
To Lin Tran now, serving it up for Vietnam. Macandili. This time the ball goes. Able to score.
And that's with another off-the-block hit. So hindi na challenge masyado muna. No, ang Team Philippines yung tall block.
Molina, who scored the first point of the match, trying to get an ace. Vietnam able to recover. Macandili. Morado, one-handed set for Majoy Baron. Nothing there. Dang on the opposite side, able to score.
Actually, you know, Anton, Molina, and Pat really had a good run in that first leg. And it's good news for Team Philippines and for Coach Shaq.
And an ace for Vietnam. Credit the ace to Thi Trinh Nguyen. Morado gets the ball to Valdez. Cross court for the kill.
Well, Eliza Valdez getting that to go in spite of the distance of that ball to the net. Still able to get that cross court hit.
Philippines leading 4-3. Vietnam scrambling. The ball will go back to the side of the Philippines. Bat. Ball is popped up. It's a back set for Dang. That's two touches.
That's right. Double contact on Vietnam.
For the girls in blue, the Philippines leading Vietnam, but it's a running attack
by the team captain, Bui. So it's Dang now on the line for Vietnam.
The primary attacker for the Vietnamese. Valdez, drop ball. Ball is popped up back in the air.
Oh, that's just an off-speed hit, but Vietnam gets the point.
And that was Lee with the soft touch.
And this is what yung Team Philippines has to also maybe pag nag-gel sila, that defense pattern, kailangan talagang nagkakaamuyan sila inside the court because that will be very important.
I think they look pretty well.
Did she just come out of an injury?
Yes, she did. She did not play in the first leg because of that ankle injury, but drew some of the blockers of Vietnam her way.
And I think that was the main reason why she really wanted to be 100% before she plays. And I'm talking about Eliza. Well, offensively, the Philippines looks good. You know, they're looking better, at least in this first set of this match.
And the first running attack for Maraño. She asked for it. The team captain of the Philippines, Abby Maraño, wanted that volleyball and Morado delivered it to her.
That's right. Yung sabi nga nila in that game against Vietnam, parang yung setters daw were more familiar with the hitters. Kumbaga nagkaroon na ng konting familiarity. Pero ngayon, I think with all their practices and they're playing together, forma, lalo na offense.
Morado!
And you always see Gia would go for angles when she drops the ball, but that it was a power tip for Gia Morado.
So now 5 different players from the Philippines have scored, including the setter, Gia Morado. But the captain, Bui, gets the point back on the running attack. Bui already with 2 points in this match. Bui gets that one in. Maraño tossing it to Molina. Now the ball is tossed high up for Lin.
Oh, but a check, a touch is called, so Vietnam gets the point.
And we have a timeout. Vietnam leads the Philippines 8-7. Of course, the Philippine team, coached by El Shaq, Brian Esquivel, and that's another ace. So the captain of Vietnam is leading the way, Mosey, Thi Nga Bui.
And it's really the defense of yung floor defense ng Philippines ang medyo may problematic in this in the start match.
That was a wild attempt by Doan, the setter. Abby Maraño, good read, letting that one go as she serves it up for a brand new rally here in this match. 9-all is our tally. Soft touch.
And another off-speed point from Vietnam. So pangalawa na yata yan dun sa off-speed point na binibigay ng na nakukuha ng Vietnam.
Both teams with a balanced scoring attack. Morado. Molina gets that one in.
That's a good play from the Philippines. Molina on the tail end of that.
And it looks like Jovelyn Gonzaga is set to check in. Morado overshoots that one. To Lin Tran now to serve for Vietnam. Molina with the pass. Morado with the toss, giving it to Majoy Baron. Morado. Macandili gives it to Molina, who scores off the block.
Says Molina using the blockers on the other side. As you can see, Philippines just playing it smart, not challenging the tall players of Vietnam so far. The first set, and they have been very effective.
Once again, they go back to the middle.
Trying to go down the line, but wide on that try.
Titrin Nguyen getting that ball to the other side. Pat. Lee on the attack. And the captain, Bui, is able to put it down for Vietnam.
Well, we with another point has been leading the pack so far. 25-year-old player from Vietnam is their top scorer.
Will convert. Pat was one of those players who was very surprised that she was called up the first leg that she belongs.
I was going to say that she's worthy of that spot, judging from the first leg games of Mylene Pad.
Dang, cross court. Morado with a dig. Pat will hit it back to the side of Vietnam, too strong.
Too much angle on that one.
Dang will serve it up for Vietnam.
Si Dang ka-age ni Ea, 20-year-old.
Samantala, ang kapitana, Chang Abby Maranyo, with another powerful hit. Second point of the match para kay Abby.
So Nabor comes along with Chob Gonzaga. On the other side, Vietnam with substitutions of Yan to Howie. And number 7, same time.
Yeah.
Same exact juncture of this match.
So Jasmine Abor will see action for the first time in this match from Sapang Tagalog, Tarlac, by way of National University. There's the quick attack. And Bui again. Bui has been very active, and she's leading the charge for Vietnam. 15-13 is our tally. Vietnam still in front. Nabor will toss it up. It's a back set for Valdez.
Eliza going cross court once again. Getting that point.
Everybody just Eliza Valdez jersey, and she gets an ace. Eliza Valdez proudly hails from San Juan, Batangas. We'll start off this rally. And another ace for the phenom, Eliza Valdez.
She's really back.
And she gives the Philippines a 16-15 lead after those back-to-back aces. The action continues here, 16-15. The Philippines leads Vietnam here in set number 1. Eliza Valdez tallying back-to-back aces.
Well, remember, Anton, when they won it against Vietnam in the first leg, they had 11 service aces against the 3 only of Vietnam. So, ibig sabihin, naging big factor yung services ng Philippines in that match.
So the leading scorers, Eliza with 5 for the Philippines, Bui with 4 for Vietnam. Gonzaga gets that one through. And we're very happy for the comeback of Jovelyn Gonzaga. And I think with her returning to the Philippine national team at the international level, that just proves that she's almost back to being who she was before the injury.
And then plus, by her teammates, and it's really nice to see her playing again at this level.
Meanwhile, a combination play unleashed by Vietnam, and TQ Trin Hoang is able to score. But Hoang, after scoring, will head back to the bench, and look at the substitution right here. Dang is checked back into the game, and Duan is also now in, their setter, wearing jersey number 19.
So early on, a lot of experimentation being done on the side of Vietnam.
Gonzaga with a lot of space between her and the net. There's the attack by Tran. What a save. Ball goes back to Gonzaga. Baron. Valdez will set it up for Molina. Cross court. Nothing there. And again, Tran will try. Sarado ang pintuan. Tran na naman. Goes down the line.
The Tram with the... And on the second attempt, getting that to go. You like how she transitioned from going to the yung angle, going cross court and then going down the line on the second one.
Had to find the open lane. Meanwhile, Baron.
And you like how the Philippines answers yung mga ganun, yung after a nice play coming from Vietnam, right away, Philippines comes up with their own, with that quick hit by Majoy Baron.
It is a tight first set. Morado. Drop ball by Tang does not work. Pat back in the game. Baron giving it back to Pat. Vietnam able to recover. It's a back set. Tang will hit and score off the block.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do. Dang, getting it past Molina and Majoy Baron.
To Lintran, who started this match. Now unleashing a sharp serve. It's a free ball going the way of Vietnam. Lee with a hit. Molina saved by Makandili. Paat over the blockers. Drop ball does not work. Cross court by Lee. It goes out.
Well, credit that point to Don Makandili. It's just all over the place.
That's why they call her Miss Everywhere. And it was also in this venue wherein she went to work and was awarded second best libero in the AV 2017.
But the best blocker.
The best blocker is Majoy Baron of this tournament in the first leg.
Just
maybe
getting a solid block right there.
Maybe wanting another best blocker award was for the second leg.
The score 20-19.
Crucial situation right here. Philippines holding on to a 1-point lead. Running attack. Saved by Don Makandili. Going down the line. That is some power from Pat.
That is right. And just a beautiful play from the Philippines.
And now, Ces Molina, who scored the first point of this match, is back at the service line. Molina from Nueva Ecija gets that one in. Back set, Tang with the drop ball, does not work. Morado to Valdez. Her drop ball works.
And once again, we see that drop ball by Eliza Valdez wherein, you know, she'd go for her approach, big time swing, and just drops the ball.
Vietnam calls a timeout.
The score 22-19.
Philippines holding on to a 3-point lead here in set number 1. Molina back at the service line, gets that one in. Lee with a hit, saved by Valdez. Paat gets it back to the Vietnamese. Running attack. And what a save by Mylene Paat. They try another running attack, and that time, Trin Nguyen is able to score.
But let me tell you, Anton, that was a hard point earned by Vietnam. The floor defense of Philippines clicked that in that last play.
Serving for Vietnam, Trin Nguyen.
Molina, Paat, no longer playable, so that's back-to-back points for Vietnam, Mosey. And now Coach Shaq de los Santos wants to talk things over.
The score 21-22.
Philippines holding on to this 1-point lead. Vietnam just scored back-to-back points. This is coming off a Coach Shaq de los Santos timeout. Pat with a hit. That's a net touch.
That's right, a violation called against Vietnam. So Philippines just 2 points away in getting this first set.
The score 23-21.
Philippines just 2 points away. It was Bui who committed that net touch. Wow! A block collaboration there by Maranyo and Pat working well together, and because of that, the Philippines is at set point.
That was a very important point for the Philippines. Solid blocking so far in this first set.
It's a back set running attack. It goes out, and the Philippines will take set number 1 against Vietnam. You're watching our coverage of the 2019 Visgok Volleyball Test Event.
Set number 2, starting the set by the Philippines, Gia Moreno.
Once again, we are welcoming everybody who are tuned in right now to our coverage of the 2019 Philippine Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee Volleyball Test Event. Anton Ross together with Mosey Ravena, the Philippines taking set number 1, 25-21. 7 different players scored for the Philippines, and they were led by the 6 points of Eliza Valdez. But of course, Vietnam has other plans, and Wang is looking to make some noise here in set number 2.
But you know, the Philippines look good on that first set. You know, this is a bunch of PSL and PBL players playing together. and obviously from different schools and universities in the Philippines. So it's also good to see them playing cohesive. But I'm sure they'll still get better come SEA Games.
And with the way they're playing, it's very fitting to the theme of our upcoming Philippines 2019 SEA. The theme is, as explained by the Chief Operating Officer of the FISGOC, Mr. Tatsuzara, we win as one. That is the theme for the 30th SEA Games held here in our country.
Tulin Tran serving.
So it's a hot start for Vietnam. Morado gets the ball in the air. Makandili. Binigay kay Paat. Dang will send it to the side of the Philippines. Don Makandili. Morado. This is Molina once again. Giving the first point of the Philippines.
Smartly done, Molina, with just a push. No coverage on the side of Vietnam.
Serving for the Philippines, Cesc Molina.
Too strong on that serve for Molina.
Serving for Vietnam, Thi Nguyen.
Nguyen. Makandili. Paat drop ball. And what a pancake save right there by Wang. And Vietnam looking much better at the start of this second set, Mosey.
That's right, and credit that point to that pancake save you just mentioned of Wang.
An early timeout here in set number 2 by head coach Shaq De Los Santos. And Mosey, we just received the statistics for set number 1.
That's right, Philippines with 2 more attack points at 15 and Vietnam with 13. And pagdating naman sa blocking, 2 for the Philippines and none for Vietnam, surprisingly. Service aces, well, 6 for the Philippines and Vietnam with 5.
Vietnam with an early start here, but Majoy Baron now getting a service ace. So now 3 different players from the Philippines have scored here in this set number 2. Molina, Valdez, and now an ace from Majoy Baron. Mosey, we were talking about how the Philippines had more aces compared to Vietnam when they played in Thailand.
That's right, that was 11-3. But just last, negating each other with service errors.
6-4 in favor of Vietnam. Paat serving it up. And that is another ace for the Philippines.
It was their main gun when they beat Vietnam. So something that they have to remember in this match. Talking about the Philippines.
Bui was ready for that drop ball attempt by Gia. And Bui drop ball. What a save by Makandili. That's just classic Don Makandili right there. Oh! And the size of
lives on that last play. Parang helter-skelter volleyball. And the jungle ball.
But we see the Philippines with Don Macadili diving and sacrificing her body. Valdez on the attack. Ball goes back to the other side. Nothing there on that hit by Tran. Valdez down the line. Saved by Wang.
Oh, a little bit of miscue on the side of the Philippines between Maranyo and Morado.
So Vietnam leads the Philippines 8-5 as we head to this technical timeout. The fans are going crazy kasi sa I-1 lang.
Wala ba tayong explanation for that? Let's not try.
Philippines down by 3 here in set number 2. They took set number 1, 25-21. And Dang serving it up, the main gunner for the Vietnamese. Valdez. That's her second point here in set number 2.
Eliza once again with a cross-court hit.
Valdez back at the service line. Philippines back in this match. Up. Molina! Cross-court!
Arrow of Vietnam. Nguyen, Tikim Lian Nguyen.
2 straight points from the Philippines. Running attack from Bui. Sarado ang pintuan. Molina and Maranyo rising up for the rejection. That's 3 straight points now.
That's right, another block point for the Philippines.
And we are tied at 8. Valdez. Bui again from the middle, popped up by Valdez. Morado. Molina, drop ball. Bui going to the other side. And Tran is able to break down the wall on that spiking chance.
That's right, the 17-year-old Tran, actually 20-year-old Tran, just challenging the defense on the other side, getting it through.
Morado hustling. Valdez will hit from the back row. That one goes straight to the net.
Eliza also has to get her rhythm from the back row. So, meron ring threat, diba? That's another play that they can use.
Meanwhile, Morado trying to manufacture a point there, but Vietnam able to recover with Tran. Drop ball saved by Macandili. Molina with a hit cross court. That's double contact right there.
Once again, Molina just powering it, hammering it, getting the point.
Maranyo. Oh, straight to the net for Abby. Vietnam continuing to lead the Philippines here in set number 2. Thu Wai Nguyen to serve it up for Vietnam. Here's the pass. Morado on the drop ball. Second point of the match. Second drop ball for Gia Morado. Here's the back set. And Molina and Baron rising up for that block.
And that Baron-Molina combination is just so steady when it comes to blocking. And look at the Philippines front line. It's a front line for us.
Baron. Oh! Combination play right there, ending with Thi Trinh Nguyen on the quick attack.
The score 12-11.
Philippines down by 1 here in set number 2. Valdez, Morado running attack for Baron. But too much spice on
Philippines
that
asking
spike.
for a touch. But I think Coach Shaq will challenge.
They're saying challenge on the play by the Philippines. Number 2, block touch.
And this is one of the rules that we are incorporating here in this tournament, the challenge. So there is a committee with a monitor reviewing the play as we await their decision. Coach Shaq hoping that there was a check ball there on that running attack by Majoy Baron. And yes,
And there is.
so the first successful challenge here in this match and in this tournament, Mosey.
And when your challenge is right, yung challenges mo in the set is still intact, diba?
So that's something that we have to get used to with the international rules. Valdez breaks down the wall.
Once again, Eliza Valdez getting another point. This time via that powerful hit, getting it through 2 blockers of Vietnam.
Valdez now has 9 points here in this match. For best blocker.
You just know why. She just showed you why she's best blocker. Single block for
Philippines is on top by 2, 14-12. Ball is up in the air. Dang will attack. Dang will try again, but Pat was there.
Once again, Philippines really committed with their blocking so far from the get-go of this match.
So they are changing it up. Duan is now back. And she's very vocal. She is the starting setter of this Vietnamese squad. Philippines holding on to a 2. Molina gets it in the air. Morado to Valdez. But Valdez's roof.
So I should back on that last attempt. The blockers of Vietnam reading that attack so well.
Yep, they are marking Eliza.
That's for sure.
Bui, the team captain, already embedding the offensive attackers of the Philippines in her mind. Paat is able to score.
Second technical timeout will score 16-14 in favor of the Philippines.
watching our coverage of the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix as the Philippines are holding on to a 16-14 lead. Combination play read perfectly by Maraño. That was a monster block right there by Chang Abi. Running attack for Bui.
Almost a
wisely
broken play.
tipping it over.
You can see that Bui is really a kumbaga, leader of this team. By the way she plays, her demeanor inside the court. In the absence,
Valdez gets another point.
it hit the tape of the net, but still, ball is in.
Macandili gets the ball in the air. Valdez, drop ball. Macandili to Nabor. Gonzaga from the middle. Dang. They go back to the other side. And Hoang is able to get the point for Vietnam.
On the serve, Vietnam Oct.
Wang has delivered so far for Vietnam. I think she wasn't started, but once she came in the first set,
Yeah, you're
At
right. She
few
did not
points.
start in this match. Number 7. That's Thi Q Trin Wang. Gonzaga.
oh,
Nobody dared to pick that one up.
perfect spot for Jovelyn Gonzaga, and they have been getting their points on those cross-court hits, Anton. So you see the Philippines trying to go for a cross-court.
Valdez with 10 points in this match at the service line. Babalik ang bola sa Pilipinas. Maraño on the running attack.
And she asked for that one. Nakita niya it's a free ball given to the Philippines.
Vietnam calls a timeout. Continues to lead Vietnam 20-16 here in set number 2. Valdez. Too much angle on that hit for Alyssa.
Still a 3-point lead for Team Philippines.
Thi Nga Bui, team captain for Vietnam, starting off this rally. Molina will hit, fading back. Duan. There's the hit from Tran.
Once again, Tran from the open hit. Alam mo yung hit niya, parang may silencer eh. You cannot hear it.
Coach Shaq De Los Santos assuming the head coaching position of the Philippine women's volleyball team last year, June 5, 2018. from Tanawan, Batangas. Gonzaga. Duan goes back to Tran. Duan this time goes to the middle. Quick attack for Nguyen. Valdez with a save. Macandili brings it back to the side of the Vietnam.
Molina with a drop ball gets another point. Another smart play coming from the Philippines. And actually, Vietnam was given a free ball.